one of the most popular winter sports activities. Riding sleighs marked the beginning of the development of a new type of sport at the end of the 19th century, sledding. High-speed descent on sleighs on special tracks at speed reaching 150 km/h is hardly a pastime for kids. Only strong, well-trained athletes who have a great deal of control over their bodies compete in it. Anton Dukach, for example, he discovered sledding when he was 11. He devoted 11 more years to training in competitions. Now he is preparing to participate in his first Olympic Games as part of the national team of Ukraine. A champion of Ukraine and a winner of the Junior Sledding World Cup is the hero of this episode. Zodiac sign, Leo. Favorite animal, lion. Favorite season of the year, summer. Favorite color, cyan. Favorite city, Calgary. Anton Dukach was born in Lviv in a military family. He studied well. He graduated from school with a gold medal and attended folk dance classes. We used to pick our partners all the time. They were sometimes larger than me, but the strength in my arms turned out useful in sledding sports. When Anton signed up for sledding classes at the age of 11, he thought it was something similar to riding a toboggan down a snowy hill with friends. But it turned out it was not as simple. We used to ride down a hill near my house at a crazy speed. I thought back then that it wasn't possible to go faster than 20 km/h. When I got into my sled and saw speeds over 100 km/h, my eyes were bulging. I liked it a lot, and I was ready for it. They say for good reason to prepare your sled in the summer. Professional athletes spend 90% of summer training in the gym. In order to get fit, Anton and his friends also went to the gym and played football and basketball during the first year. Only then they saw the track for the first time. We were first taken to ride sleds with rollers on a small concrete track. It's basically a fenced road where we tried riding the sled. It's a small descent of 300 meters. But you ride on sleds anyway and get an understanding of what speeds to expect. Before that, we had never seen 50-meter high turns and didn't know what was waiting for us. In addition to this mini track in Lviv, the only sled trail in Ukraine is located in the town of Kremenets in the Ternopil Oblast. However, it is made of wood instead of concrete and has long been in need of reconstruction. So Ukrainian professional athletes mainly train in Latvia on the Sigulda Trail. They take part in World Cup stages in Germany, Austria, Canada and other sledding countries. My first trail abroad was in the city of Königssee in Germany. I have fond memories as it was one of my first favorite tracks. I took third place there, which was fairly decent for the start. We competed with different countries that are part of the International Federation. At first, Anton Dukach participated in doubles competitions. He won the Junior World Cup in that discipline, but then he realized that it was more comfortable for him in single sleighs. There, you are the only one responsible for yourself and your result. In 2010, Anton joined the youth national team of Ukraine. In 2010 or 2011, Anton was accepted into the youth team, and it was announced that the first Youth Olympic Winter Games will be held. He participated in the Youth Olympic Games where he took 4th place. Anton was also preparing for the Olympic Games in Sochi. We got 2 licenses, but he did not get in as he was too young. Favorite meal? Meat in any shape or form. I can cook. I like to cook meat and I love eating it. Favorite drink? Juice. In 2015, Anton was noticed at the junior stage of the World Cup in the German city of Winterberg. He set a new track record in the first race and became a bronze medalist according to the results of the competition. Each track has its run time. I finished the run in 52.037 seconds on that track. Coaches from different countries, Germany and Austria, just ran up to me, took my sled and hugged me, saying, "Wow, that's a new record." I surprised everyone. It was a pleasant experience. Anton set a new record in Germany. He beat the record in Winterberg that hadn't been beaten for 7 or 8 years. His record has not been beaten since. Anton hopes to improve his achievement at the next World Championship that will take place in Winterberg in 2019. The athlete also plans to beat the start record, but his greatest dream is taking part in the 2018 Olympic Games, of course. 2 years ago, Anton faced a serious obstacle on the way to fulfilling his ultimate dream. It was a training week for the World Cup in 2016. Before the first World Cup, on the next to last training, Anton made a mistake before the last turn. The trajectory was wrong. I was not there myself, but I saw on the video how his foot hit the fencing. Needless to say, he sustained a very serious injury. Ukraine will be represented by 6 athletes in all 4 possible disciplines at the White Olympiad in Pyeongchang. Anton Dukach will participate in singles. There will be 4 races over the course of 4 days. He will also take part in a team relay race. After an injury and a missed season, it was not easy for Anton to regain his former positions in the world ranking. But he did just that and was issued an Olympic license. There were 5 World Cups this season, and I had to be in the top 38 based on my results in those competitions. Everything was decided only after the last cup. According to the rating after the 5 cups, I made it onto that list and accordingly received a license to compete in the Olympics. Dream to become an Olympics medalist. Love, it's mutual understanding. Happiness, the moment of happiness itself is very short. It's probably just pleasant emotions. Anton's teammates are counting on him in the team relay. It's a discipline where men, women and doubles from one country start one after the other. It was added to the list of disciplines in the Olympic Games at Sochi 2014. The national team of Ukraine took 7th place at the World Cup stages. Anton is very promising. He's a young but already promising athlete. We're very glad that he recovered. Unfortunately, last year he received a serious injury and had to miss an entire season, but now he has fully recovered and rehabilitated. We see that his results are improving with every year. Anton is trying out new Olympic equipment together with his teammates. Each athlete on the team received over 50 uniform pieces, both for official ceremonies and for training on the National Olympic Committee.
Форма очень понравилась.
I really like the uniform. The cooperation with the Olympic Committee began fairly recently. The uniforms were splendid the last time, but this one is absolutely amazing. I really like it. The winter jackets are very aesthetic and comfortable. They look good and are very stylish. For the actual competitions, Anton will wear his lucky uniform, his talisman that has always brought him good luck. It's called combat clothing that includes combat socks, combat overalls and combat thermal linen. It's hard without it. When you forget to take it with you to the competitions, you can immediately get very anxious that something might possibly go wrong. One of the components of a successful run for a sledding athlete is the ability to do a good start, which determines their acceleration on the track. We wear gloves like this with spikes attached to them. By the rules, they must not be longer than 5 mm on these 3 fingers and when pushing away from the round. We use these spikes to gain speed on the ice and give ourselves maximum acceleration on the track. Because after the start, we'll lie down on the sled and hold on to them. We continue our descent and acceleration is not possible after that point. We can only help the sled to not lose the speed that they gain themselves by the laws of physics. He has a speed-strength reaction. He shows very good starts. It's very difficult, and even strong athletes sometimes cannot get a good start. He's well-coordinated, smart, and knows exactly how to choose a trajectory. He heeds our advice as professionals in this sport and chooses certain riding trajectories. Every muscle group is important for a bobsledder. At the start, the legs, arms, and back are used. Therefore, in addition to the usual gym, they also train in specialized acrobatic gyms. They do trampoline jumps, somersaults, and walk on their hands. An athlete must be a marathoner, a weightlifter, and a trampoline jumper. The main thing is that every quality should be developed and a sledder should feel relaxed relying on the bobsled. You must control your body, turn at the right angles at the right moments and just feel relaxed. There must be no straining on the sled. Anton Dukach's record speed that he develops during a run is 140 kilometers per hour, while the world record is 156. Just imagine a sportsman who is moving at the speed of a car on an ice-covered concrete track that has more than 10 turns of varying difficulty, and he's not even buckled up. Any mistake can be fatal. Because it is important to coordinate your whole body in addition to being strong. We ride very fast, and at that speed we have to maneuver with our bodies to turn without losing speed and achieve the best results. My first time on a sled was frightening, but after that, the fear disappears. What is more difficult is to overcome the moral unpreparedness to start. That's when your pulse is over 150 beats per second, and you have no choice but to get ready for the start.
Когда перед самим стартом у тебя пульс 150 зашкаливает, и нужно быть готовым к старту.
Favorite music? It depends on my mood. Favorite actor? Jim Carrey comedy movies.
Jim Carrey.
Hobbies? Billiards, I'd say. Anton studied computer security at the Lviv Polytechnical Institute for 4 years. He's working on his thesis. He sees his future in sledding, possibly as a trainer or a mechanic. He has a lot of ideas on how to improve the sleds. I see that he is passionate about sledding. He says he sees himself as a team manager in the future. He wants to work, seek sponsors, and experiment. For now, we expect sportsman results from him. Not so much during these next Olympics because he sustained a serious injury, but we're going to expect good results from him after the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympic Games. Even as a junior, Anton received a lot of offers from representatives of other countries to compete under their flag. The temptation to switch to sleds that were 7 times as expensive as those of Ukrainian athletes was strong. But despite these tempting offers, he nevertheless refused. I refused because I want to continue to compete in Ukraine. I'm confident that it is totally possible. There were results. We had very technical athletes like Ludan and Yakushenko, who are well known, respected, and today are still spoken well about. We'll see how our progress keeps up. We have certain knowledge, and we will continue to improve to achieve our desired goals. The Olympics athlete likes spending his leisure time, which he does not have much of, with his friends, playing billiards, going to the movies. Even just taking a walk in Lviv already helps to morally escape all problems. I'm very lucky to live in Lviv. Maybe everyone would like to live in Lviv. It's the cultural capital of Ukraine, though I believe that any place, no matter where you are, can be quite charming if you see it that way. He's only 22 years old, and his main achievements in sports are still ahead of him. He loves his sport and is ready to make every effort to continue the sports traditions of his compatriots and bring the sledding sport to a new level in Ukraine. In short, the confident, calm and balanced Anton Dukach will show himself and his beloved Ukraine on the world sled trails many more times.